So I am on my way to Olam's to purchase a new oven range stove from my mom and dad, because the original one to the house from 1976 just bit it. So while I'm driving, I thought, let's just have a little conversation. I had the pleasure of having my son and his family come up to New York to visit me while I'm here. They got to see their great-grandparents, my son's grandparents, and spend some time on the farm and relive some of the stuff that my son did when he was a baby, when he was a child up here. Also, some of the same stuff I did as a child up here, and even my parents did as children up here. So for me, it was complete and utter joy to watch my granddaughters' faces as they were riding the carousels and going to the cider mill, going out to Single Park, just basic free stuff. It was a big deal when I was a kid, big deal in my son and my daughter's lives. It was complete, total joy. On another note, I had an opportunity to talk with one of the grandchildren, the eldest, who is 16, and 16-year-olds go through things, right? You remember being 16? Terrible time in life. So we had a conversation, and I said two things that I think are, I hope profound and I hope meaningful, but things that really meant a lot to me that I wished somebody had told me at that age. Actually, three things. One, this time is temporary, right? These years are formative in our adulthood, and our bodies are changing. Our thoughts are looking forward towards what we potentially want to become and do, as well as they're looking backwards as to what we're losing, what we're giving up as a child in our lives. So you're at this crossroads in life at this age, and it's crappy. There's no other way to say it. That time of life is crappy. So I said that, and I said, just stick with it. You'll look back on this and recognize it yourself at some point, and don't let anybody else fool you into thinking it didn't happen to them, because it happens to all of us. We all went through this, so it's a thing. So that's one thing. The second thing I said was, don't be afraid to make strong choices. Make choices. Think about your choices. Think about why you're making them and what you hope to get out of them. Think about what this choice means to you. Be true to yourself in the face of opposition. As in, like, say, I want to be a musician, but everybody else is telling you, no, you need to follow this other path because this is more secure and this is safe. But you're thinking, I'm this fabulous musician, or I'm gonna be, and I want to follow it through. And like I said, you only get one chance to really dive in and do some of these things. So if that's what your inner soul is telling you, that you are a musician or whatever it is in your life, do it. Commit to it. Make strong choices and commit to those choices, and understand why you're committing to these choices. And be polite to everybody else, but don't compromise on some of these things, right? Stick to them. And then I said number 3, which I said it's probably seems like it's exactly the opposite advice, and it's flying in opposition to what I just said. Give yourself permission to change your mind, right? A lot of times we commit to a choice, whether it's a choice we chose or whether somebody else imposed it upon you, or whatever it is, we commit to it, and we feel obligated to see it through, even if we're starting to get that little niggling feeling in the back of your mind or your heart that says, I thought I wanted to do this, I've tried it, and I don't really like it, and I don't think this is for me, but now I've blasted it out to the world and tried to get everybody on board and told them this is what I'm doing and we all have to commit to this, and now you're afraid to change your mind because you're going to feel like a feel like you've let other people down. I said, do not be afraid to change your mind. Give yourself freedom and permission to change your mind at any given moment. That is so important. Give yourself that permission and grace and forgiveness to be able to look at a choice you made and recognize that was my choice then, but you know what? It's not my choice now. And I'm going to change my mind and do something completely different. Or I'm going to take back what I thought I said I wanted to do, and I'm going to shift course and change directions. At any point in life, over any matter in life, give yourself that permission. So to sum it all up, my grandmotherly advice to the 16-year-old was that this age is temporary. This too shall pass, number one. Number two, make strong choices. Commit to those choices. And don't be afraid to tell people, this is my choice, my life. I get to make this choice. Number three, give yourself permission and forgiveness to change your mind. So, there you go. Grandma wisdom for today. So let's go to Olum's and let's go buy a stone.